We're going to be talking about head fires and backing fires today on Landbeat. So when it comes to head fires and backing fires and using them as a land manager, farm manager, and using them to improve habitat, oftentimes we talk about backing fires, and many times we see head fires when we think about the news stations out west showing wildfires. But we can use head fires effectively if we do it appropriately. And I want to emphasize that many times, 90% of the time, we're using backing fires here on our farm. We're in hardwoods of southern Missouri in the Ozark Mountains, so we use backing fires through our timber most of the time. But we also strip out the woods, like you see here. We've got a backing fire backing off the line. But to speed things up, we'll do small little strips that almost are small head fires. But this is a great example of how we can showcase just the change in lighting and how controlled the fire can be. Right now we have 10 to 12, even 14-inch flame heights. But as I step down 10 yards off the backing fire and light it, lower in elevation, you'll see a drastic difference in the variability of the fire. And the reason why the head fire is so much faster is that it preheats the fuel uphill from it. It's not necessarily, in this case, about the wind direction, but it's all about terrain. A lot of times when we set up a burn plan, we're thinking about lighting based on the wind direction and where we're going to send smoke. But when you're in a terrain, in heavy terrain environment, you need to consider the elevation and the terrain features as well when lighting. So it's not just as simple as the wind's out of the south, let's start on the north and start backing it towards the south. If you did that in terrain country, if the burn unit was north and south, the north side of the burn unit was lower in elevation and the south side of the burn unit was higher in elevation, even though the wind's out of the south, we would have a head fire scream up the slope. So we take into account terrain more than we do wind direction when it comes to lighting our fires. Backing, when it comes to the backing, it's just slowly backing down the slope. You can also back it into the wind, but in terrain like we're here, we're backing it down the slopes. If you're on a flat piece of ground, you're burning a grassland, you're going to back it into the wind. We'll step just inside this fire line and we'll give you a small indication of a head fire and in a very small unit, just so you can see how drastically different it is than this backing fire. All right, so we're going to do this quick, but you can see the backing fire behind me. Currently probably 8 to 12-inch flame heights, and I'm 10 yards away, and I'm going to drop a little fuel here, and you'll see a head fire as it works up the hill. Here we go. You can hear a difference. This sounds almost like a far off train, but you can hear it start to roar. It's climbing, preheating fuel, but it's also sensing that other fire up the hill and it's trying to go to it. And this is how you can cause fires to get out of control, by accidentally lighting small head fires. And you'll see this yank up the hill pretty quickly. You can see the flames of the backing fire start to pull towards it because it senses the head fire coming up. Notice this. Well, step right over here, Sean. You can notice the swirling of the leaves. We're causing little changes just in the wind pockets as these fires are moving towards each other.